both as a solo performer and with rock band Genesis. Now he's turned to acting and loving every minute of it. Phil's movie debut is in the film Buster, the story of Buster Edwards, one of the men who masterminded Britain's great train robbery back in 1963. Phil is in Australia, and I'll be talking with him in a moment. But first, let's set the scene with a clip from Buster.
Good job they don't speak no English, though, isn't it, eh? And that right, Pancho?
Would the senor care for some McEwan's export? It is unchilled, but the cellar temperature is quite cool.
I just want some steak and chips. Ow, ow! I've got some steak in the fridge. If you want to share it, you can come with me.
June! Come on, darling!
Oh, no.
Well, Phil, how many takes for that?
The actual bit at the end when the table goes over was the only take.
Really?
Yeah, because it had taken ages to get all the dresses dried, the trousers dried, and all the glasses reset. And being a rock and roll musician, of course, I only needed one take to throw a table over with all that water and alcohol in it.
The scene does show that how the great train robbers were normal working class guys who in fact became working class heroes, didn't they?
Yes, the robbers became working class heroes in a way because of what the government did, when they sentenced them to 30 years each. Not Buster, because Buster was on the run, and Bruce Reynolds, but the other guys got 30 years, and that really made people think, come on, they've only just robbed a train.
When the parents of the train driver, Jack Mills, wasn't it, who was bashed, complained about the movie and wanted...
Son and daughter, I think it was also.
Yeah, they complained, and they wanted the movie banned. How did you feel at that stage?
I thought it was very unfair and very unnecessary, although I'm very sympathetic to the Mills family, of course. I'm not advocating, crime or anything like that, which obviously was one of the things that were coming out, like, I was saying, this is all right, it's only a robbery. But the thing is, no one had seen the film. When all this kerfuffle started, nobody had seen the film. They were just assuming that we made a film that glamorized and glorified the thing. You saw Buster getting away with it, having a few laughs. In fact, you see, that Buster goes to prison. You don't see it happen, but obviously it's up on the screen at the end. I mean, I don't want to give the film away, but you know what happened. So you do see that for him, crime doesn't pay, or didn't pay.
And you met Buster Edwards, the character you played?
Yeah, I met him in '87 at the end of the Genesis tour for the first time, having read the script and read the books about the train robbers.
In fact, I understand Buster likes your music, but he had some misgivings about your physical resemblance to him.
How dare you?
We'll scrub that one out.
No, he did. That's the first. I mean, the first thing, I never met him when he said this, but when he was interviewed about the papers, what do you think about Phil Collins playing? He said, well, I think they should have picked someone with more air. And I thought, God, the guy doesn't like me. And of course, but when you get to know him, it's just like, you've got to say something. So he said that. But we're actually kind of vaguely similar. If you see a picture of both together, we're not, apart from the hairline, we're actually not that dissimilar. But I guess that didn't have anything to do with the filmmakers' decision to use me. They just saw Miami Vice and thought I'd be good,
Could you tell us that story? In all modesty?
No, they saw me in Miami Vice.
Yeah.
When I played
you and Don.
Spiv. Me and Don, well, we're like that, me and Don. Me and Donny Baby were doing our scenes together. No, I didn't mean it to sound big-headed. No, I didn't. I was asked. They asked me to do an episode of Miami Vice. I did this part of the Spiv. But when Buster was on when Miami Vice was shown in England, the director of Buster saw me in it and said, "This is the guy to play Buster," because they'd been looking for someone, and so that's how I got the part.
Now, we all know that actors are committed to what they do.
What are you going to say then?
Well, they're supposed to be committed
to the bottle.
Committed to what they do, right, and the roles they play. But I understand you piked out in the love scene with your on-screen wife, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Well, I didn't really. I mean, I was just a bit worried. I didn't think the world was ready for my bum, really. I mean, that was the beginning and end of it.
But how can you wear undies in a love scene?
Well, I brought along a pair of blue swimming trunks, which was the briefest things that I had. And when I got there, the cameraman said, "What are you wearing today?" I said, "I got these swimming trunks." He said, "They're not blue, are they?" I said, "You're winding me up, aren't you?" So he said, No, you can't wear blue swimming trunks because they catch the light and they flare." So I said, "Well, you're going to have to find some way to do this, because I'm not taking them off." So he said, "Okay." Well, anyway, we did a few scenes with it on. And then he said, "Oh, we're going to have to try and do something else." So they got some white underpants and dyed them in tea for being flesh colour. So I put them on instead of the other ones. And they said, "Oh, we're still seeing it." I said, "Well, you're going to have to sort something out because I'm not taking them off." Yeah. Anyway, then they decided that the best thing to do, I suppose, you know, they cut off a pair of ladies' tights.
Right.
And just had, so they looked like pants, but they had the rim, you know, the seam going around. Didn't look very nice. So every time I got out of bed, Julie was like, because she saw me with these tights and pants underneath, and it wasn't a very erotic situation.
And how did you feel in the ladies' tights?
Very comfortable.
Yeah. How do
Completely
you
changed my life, actually.
how do you sum up your debut as an actor?
But how good I am, you'll have to ask the people to go and see the film. But I really enjoyed it, and I think I'll do some more.
Great. Well, after your next film, let's hope we can chat again.
Yes, I'll be back.
Thanks, Phil.
My hair all right?
Terrific. Phil Collins and Buster opens at Hoyts Theatres in all states in a fortnight. Good bloke. And that's it for tonight on Art Australia.